It may not mean nothing to y'all, but understand nothing was done for me, so I don't plan on stopping at all. I want this shit forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine. I'm shutting shit down in the mall, and telling that girl she the one for me, and I ain't even planning the call. I want this shit forever, mine.
What's poppin', Martell's ankles? It's me, Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 4 Reunion Part 3. I drop videos Monday through Sunday. Everything that I say is for entertainment purposes only and not to be taken seriously. So if that works for you, then let's get into this review. Part 3 of the reunion picks up with Destiny's segment, and Carlos asks her, will her current boyfriend, Boo Thang, be on the next season if she's asked back? And she said yes. And so he asked, why wasn't he there with her, at the reunion? And she was like, unforeseen circumstances kept him from coming, kind of stuttering over herself. Girl, bye. I'll believe it when I see it. Now, her boyfriend, Moses or whatever, he's from St. Louis, where I'm from. The only thing that I've heard about him is that he might be a street dude or whatever. So I think that if that is the case, then that's the reason why he was not there. And if that is the case, that he is a street dude, I do not see him being on next season. He would be an absolute fool to be on national television if that is his course of income. Okay. So then Destiny says, I'm an open book. I'll reveal as much as I can. Girl, like, you keep on making excuses of why you can't reveal your life. Like, what is going on in your life that you is just like the FBI, where everything is just signed, sealed, and concealed? Like, girl, bye. You are not that important. Okay? You are not Elon Musk. You are not Jeff Bezos. You are not Joe Biden. Like, girl, get out of here. So then we get to the Melody versus Destiny segment, with them not getting along, them getting into it. So Carlos asks, why do they no longer get along? And Destiny says that it came about from last year's reunion season 3, where Melody alleged that she heard Destiny and Letitia talking about her through the wall. And she was like, I want Mel to tell me what she exact heard. And Mel was like, we've been through that. I'm not doing that. I know you would like to hear, but I'm not. So Destiny's like, what you're not going to do is continue to play in my face. And Mel was like, no one is playing in your face. I don't even talk to you, sweetie. Destiny wasn't ready for that sweetie, honey, because her head flew back so damn fast. So here come Tisha looking like somebody's chandelier, darling, looking like a whole teapot, talking about someone needed a storyline. It's like, this is what the problem was last year's reunion, when you butted your big face into their business and starting stuff. You did the same thing at last year's reunion. This was not your segment. This had nothing to do with you. You should have just kept it cute and on mute, okay? When it was you and Kiki, Mel sat there and did not say anything unless she was asked a question. So why can't you do the same? Shut up. So then she told me I once had love for you. You have a dark soul. She's a true definition of the devils in sheep clothing. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, then all of y'all are the devil in sheep clothing, because ain't now one of y'all on that stage clean. Now one of y'all, all of y'all have done some underhanded stuff since being on this show. And Mel was like, so then you should be happy that the dark soul is out of your life. And I mean, really, like, y'all say this girl is this, that, and the third. She the devil. She the worst thing ever. But y'all was the main people asking her, why you ain't my friend no more? Why we don't hang out no more? Why you ain't answer my phone calls no more? Like, if she's such this horrible person, then why all of y'all were pressed to be her friends? Like, why? Martell pressed to be back with her. You was pressed at one point to be her friend. Destiny was pressed at one point to be her friend. Like, all of y'all. So make it make sense. Make it make sense. Please make it make sense. I felt like that was a little low for her to say that she's a has a dark soul and all of this stuff. Like, Tisha, please shut up. You worry about your marriage. Worry about that. Please worry about that and your husband's man boobs. Worry about that, darling. So Carlos then says to Destiny, do you believe that Melody has a dark soul? And she was like, you know, there are things that she does that is very dark. And I'm like, says the person that will give her left titty to be this girlfriend again. If Mel just said, hey, I really want to, you know, work on our friendship, get things back to the way that they used to be, Destiny would jump all over it. The only reason why Destiny continues to say she don't want to be friends with Mel no more is because Mel don't want to be friends with her. So Carlos then asks her, you know, like, give an example. So she was like when Melody went on national TV and she said that she gave me $6,000 for my life bill. Okay, well, once again, this is a prime example of y'all trying to act like this girl just came out of nowhere saying she helped you with your bills. That was in response to you saying in interviews and stuff that I forgot what she said. Was it what did Destiny say that Mel helped her out financially? She brought it up. I just remember she brought it up that Mel had helped her out financially. And then that's when Mel reiterated the fact. If I'm not mistaken, I remember though, Destiny was the one that brought up money exchanging between them two. It wasn't Mel, it was Destiny. And then Mel confirmed it when they was going back and forth during the spring, some early summer. I know I ain't tripping on that. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section exactly what was said, because I know that Destiny was the one to bring the money situation up. So don't sit up here and act like this girl just was telling your business out of nowhere. You brought it up. Stop. And you know what I wish that Mel would stop doing is just sitting there and letting them have it. When she be knowing that they sitting up there having blatant lies come out of their mouth. I need for her to start saying, nope, no you didn't. On this day, doing this interview with this blogger, you said X, Y, and Z. Did you not? Oh, okay. Like, stop letting them get off with telling lies on this girl. And at the end of the day, Destiny, you are the cause of y'all friendship demise. It had nothing to do with season 3 reunion. Let's go all the way back to season 3 when you acted a donkey that whole season. You got mad season 3 when you asked about the kids coming over to your house, and Mel was like, my kids don't like coming over to your house because they think that you're boring. That's when you took offense and you kept on trying to be like, you know, we can be a village for each other and help each other out. And Mel was like, I don't need your help. You know, with my kids, I have a village already. I don't need your help. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the whole thing started. And then the icing on the cake, after you getting smart with her during the season, all types of stuff, was at her video premiere, you showed your left and right cheek. You deliberately waited until one of her biggest nights to pull her to the side to start an argument about nonsense. And that's when she, I feel, had enough of you and decided to deal with you with a long handled spoon, because she started to see you was acting really weird. And I feel like you knew what you was doing. I feel like you knew that you were trying to start beef between you and her for a storyline, because you could not focus on your real true tea. You refused to talk about you and LeBaric and what was going on with y'all. You refused to really focus on Madani, your custody, your financial situation or lack thereof. You didn't want to focus on those things. I feel like you pointed the direction to you and Mel to keep the scent off of what was going on in your real true day-to-day life. You started that mess between y'all, not Mel. It was you, 100%. Carlos then asked Mel, did you feel like Destiny was too chummy with Martell? And baby, the looks on Destiny and Martell's face, both of them went, I'm like, what you say, sir? Excuse you? It was funny. So Mel's response to that was basically, she said it was strange to me that I was married to Martell for 13, 14 years and I didn't know that they were supposed to be such good friends. So when I'm on the phone with you and this person is causing me all this heartache and pain, we're connecting over our soon to be exes who are quite similar, like being dogs pretty much. So I'm like, why is she giving him all of this convo? I agree. I agree. We've all now found out the real true tea as far as Destiny and Martell's friendship. They went to school together. They did not talk to each other for years. That's why Melody never knew of her. She wasn't at their wedding. She had never heard of a Destiny until Destiny came back to Huntsville a few years ago, got with LeBrick, and then that's when her and Martell linked back up and was cool. But she was, he was married to Mel at the time. So they, of course, gravitated to each other and they started talking on the phone with each other and becoming really close friends, right? But her closeness at that point had became more with Mel, of course, more than Martell. That was her girl. So if me and you homegirls, we, kicking it or whatever, we both going through divorces, both of us going through stuff with our dudes or whatever, and that he talking about me doing all of this stuff to me. Yeah, y'all went to school with each other, but at this point, you're my friend. You're my friend now. Your allegiance is more so to me than it is to him because you don't even talk to him like that. It's obvious that you have a relationship with me more than you do, my husband. So why would you be sitting up on the phone kikiing with somebody? I would be like, you know what? That's my girl. Me and you cool or whatever, but that's my girl at this point. And I don't want to, be involved pretty much. Because if Mel did the same thing to you, sitting up on the phone with LeBrick, it would have been all types of problems. Like Mel said, she never kiki with that man. She didn't have nothing to do with him based off everything that she knew that he was doing to you. So why not show her the same loyalty? Like, come on now. Let's just keep it all the way 100 and a buck. Like, I feel like a lot of people out here ain't got no loyalty when it comes to friendships, because I agree with that. Like, no way are you going to be sitting up on the phone kikiing with somebody that's talking bad about me and doing me wrong. Absolutely not. So as Mel is speaking, Destiny up here, where are we going with this? And so Mel was like, I don't even know. She was calling him last week at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know. And Destiny was like, oh, you talking about when you hacked into his phone? And Mel was like, no, he hacked into my phone. Now let's once again, let's play a game of Clue, okay? Let's play Glass Onion up in here. Let's play Knives Out, all right? We've seen this man stalk this woman. We've seen him go up to her while she was on a date with somebody and film them and then threaten her, okay? We've seen him do this to her. So are we really going to believe that Mel hacked into Martell's phone? Or are you going to believe that Martell hacked into hers? Come on now. Let's just call a spade. Really? Come on now. Let's not play these types of games. So now Martell jumps in and he was like, this is ridiculous. You are pathetic. And Mel was like, no, you're pathetic. No, you are. You and your little ugly ass shoes. And then the cameraman panned in on them ankles. And I was like, at that point, I knew that Mel watched my reviews. And this was, the reunion was filmed before I even got a chance to interview Mel. But that let me know right then and there that she watched my interviews, the fact that she talked about his shoes. Because why everybody else started laughing? And that further let me know that the rest of them watch my reviews, because I'm the only person that talk about Martell and them ugly ass brown loafers. Now, these shoes weren't that ugly, but still, I hate to see men wear dress suits or wear tuxedos with no socks. That is just so country to me. Carlos then asked Destiny, do you want to rekindle your friendship with Mel? And she was like, no, because if I cut him off for what he did to you, then I'd have to cut you off for the same reason. Once again, trying to, put it out there that Mel was, I guess, quote unquote, cheating on Martell and she has the tea. Now, I noticed that in this part of the reunion, they cut out the part that they'd been showing on the teasers where Destiny was saying, you know, you want me to tell what I know about you. And Melody was like, go ahead and say it, like say what it is that you know about me or whatever. I don't remember them showing that part unless I'm tripping. But even with that being said, the fact that Destiny threw that out there, that she got tea on Mel, that she'll spill, that is a true sign of you were never my friend. Because I firmly believe that when friendships end, you really get to see if that person really was a good person or not. Because if we fall out, I'm not going to then go telling your secrets or threaten you with your secrets to spill them when we get into it. Like, what's no, why would I do that? So the fact that you are doing that says a lot about you, and that you was never really my friend in the first place. Like, that's just lower than low. So Mel was like, you also told me all he would do was talk about me and bash me. So why would you answer his phone calls? So Carlos then asks Stormy how she feels about the situation, and she was just like, you know, me and Mel don't have no issues with each other. I feel like her situation with Destiny is way different with mine. And so Martell was like, well, I'm telling you now, just retreat, because it's going to happen to you. Now, sure enough, they have fallen out. Don't know why they fallen out or whatever issues that they have, but we'll find out next season. I'm not putting nothing past these folks. I feel like Stormy might be on the same let's just be on Mel hate train type thing, but we'll find out. Maybe it is Mel. Maybe it is Mel that started all of it, and you know, maybe she is the cause of all of these friendships going bad. We will find out next season. So Mel and Martell are going back and forth. And he like, I got friends. I still have friends on this stage, which is mighty funny to me because Tisha sits up here and it's been how many seasons now? And she act like she can't stand Mel so bad. You're trying to ruin my marriage. You're just determined to reveal that he's cheating on me. When I think people fail to remember that the reason this whole Marceau cheating on Tisha thing even came up in the first place is because of Martell. He was the one that put it out there that the dude was out here messing around with 20 different women. Tisha then went to Mel when they had that sit down at their restaurant, and she asked her, was it true? And Mel said, you need to find out for yourself. Did she say it in a snarky, smirky type of way? Yes, she did. Because at that point, her and Tisha was already starting a little bit falling out towards each other because Tisha felt like Mel was acting funny towards her or whatever because they weren't kicking it the way that they used to, even though this lady was sitting up here going through marital problems. So that's why she wasn't paying your ass no attention, because she was tending to her marriage. But she told you need to find out on your own. And then after that, that's when y'all started taking jabs at one another. But my thing is, Martell is the source of all of this starting, but yet and still, Melody is the one being crucified for something that he started. You can kick it with him and kiki with him, but you place all the blame on her? Make it make sense, people. Please make it make sense. So Mel hits him with, I don't want nothing and I don't need nothing. God is my source and has been since I left your dusty ass. Baby, when she said that, I hollered because he is a dust ball. He is a termite. He is a dust mite. Yes, ma'am. And I'm so happy she finally said it. Lord knows I am. So after that, we go into Mel and Martell's segment. And Carlos asked Martell why he filed for full custody of the kids. And he said, I don't want a man watching my children or 20-something people watching my children. And the man that he's referring to is Mel's half-brother, Marcus, whom my brother knows and has nothing but positive things to say about Marcus and his partner. So, Carlos was like, does it have anything to do with him being gay? He was like, no, it doesn't. Mel didn't even get to know him until she was a teenager. what does 1 equal 2 equals 5 plus? What are you talking about? That makes no sense. That's the reason why, because he came into her life when she was a teenager. Okay, she is almost a 40-some-year-old woman at this point. She ain't 40 yet, but she damn near there. So make it make sense. No, it's about you being controlling, and it's about you being homophobic. Let's just keep it a buck. You're homophobic, sir. You're homophobic. And I need for you to just go ahead and stand in it. You're homophobic. You are. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. So Carlos was like, why is it hard for you to co-parent? And Mel was like, because of who I'm having to co-parent with. And Carlos was like, do you think it was best to file for full custody? And Martell says, if she doesn't have time, then yeah. Let me just tell y'all one thing about this whole custody situation, because I have information that you all are not privy to. Martell is full of crap. Don't believe anything that comes out of his mouth. I don't know information based off hearsay. I know information based off facts and receipts, okay? And at this point, y'all know I don't tell no lies. So I'm gonna just say that and leave that where it lays. So then, the family montage of them going to Destin shows, and after that, Carlos says to Martell, how do you feel when you see that? And Martell is stumped. He gets emotional, and everybody's quiet on set, and Marceau tells Tisha to hand him a tissue. He was like, I don't need that. And Carlos was like, no. And he gets serious, and he was like, I feel like you're troubled inside, and I'm very concerned about you. And Carlos gets very emotional and chokes up. He was like, I think you're still in love with Melody, and when you say you miss that, that is your family. This woman is your family. When Mel and Martell are together, it is magic when you two are together. I think you're sad. And I think when you have these outbursts of anger, I think you're so afraid to say, I miss my family. And Carlos is in tears at this point. Melody is in tears at this point, because some things happened behind the scenes at the reunion where Martell showed his butt. That's all I can tell you guys. And I know y'all hate when I say that, but I be wanting to give you all context clues on some things. But he acted a fool backstage, and that's where the whole comment from Carlos when he said that, you have these outbursts of anger. That's where that came from. And that's why Mel was upset, because he showed his butt backstage. He showed his behind. That's all I can say. But Martell is not a victim. Martell is very much a villain. That's all I can tell you guys. He is very much a villain. And it's sad. And everything that Carlos said to him on that stage was 100% factual and true. So he asked Martell, do you regret what happened? And Martell finally opens up and was like, yeah, I do. At one point, we did have the perfect marriage. We always had each other's back. I miss my children being able to come home to the both of us. And Carlos says to Mel, is there anything you would have done differently? And she was like, I would have listened more. Not to say that I didn't, but I could have listened more. And at this point, it is a bunch of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. It's over. There is no repairing this relationship. Too much has happened. Too much has been said. Too much has been done. I understand that Martell regrets what he did at this point. And I know that he still very much is in love with Mel, but that ship has sailed. He has done too much, said too much. He just needs to let it go and repent and be a better person and be a better father at this point. That's all he can do. And just be an overall better person. Tiffany and hey, hit the stage looking like some cherry Kool-Aid in their red outfits. Baby, they looked a mess. They looked country as I don't know what. They are still being very defensive about the whole couples retreat thing. They are adamant that they did nothing wrong. And they basically let us know that, they got their sex life in order, and that Tiffany is 4 months pregnant with a little boy that they're going to name Ace. Congratulations to them. At this point, she should have gave birth or about to give birth. I know at one point they were slated not to come back for next season. I've heard things have changed and that they might be coming back for next season. We will find out. And lastly, at the very end of the reunion, Kimmi discusses her breast cancer. And she attributes the show and being married to keeping her going and keeping her sane and not just being a hermit and holding herself up in the house. And she stated how last year in December, she had her annual checkup and everything was fine, and how 7 months later she was diagnosed with breast cancer. That's how fast it will come at you. And how she's doing chemo and she has to do 30 rounds of radiation. And Carlos then talks about how his mom passed away from breast cancer. She kept it a secret from everybody. And you all know that I'm a breast cancer survivor. Was diagnosed in August of 2021. I myself had to have a lumpectomy, and I had a breast reduction surgery, and I had to go through how many rounds of chemo? I mean, not chemo, radiation. I believe I did 25 to 27 rounds of radiation. I documented it all. You can see it on my playlist for, surviving breast cancer. I forgot what I named it. But, I always encourage you women and men to get your mammograms. Please get your mammograms because it will come at you fast. And early detection is always the best detection. Mine was the early detection. As soon as I felt the lump in my breast, I was in the doctor's office the next day. I did not hesitate. I did not stall. Please make sure you do your self checks at home. Lay on a bed on your back, put your arm above your head and cross it over and touch your breast. That's one of the best ways to do a mammogram. Sitting up is another good way, but laying down on your back with your arm raised above your head and checking your breast is one of the sure ways to really get in there and feel around. So just take care of yourself, guys. And breast cancer is real. It's really real in the Black community. And, I just want everybody to get their mammograms and do their self checks at home. I'm praying for Kimmi and that, she gets through this and that she too will be in remission like myself. And anybody else that's out there that has gone through cancer or battling cancer, just know that you got this. God is on your side. Stay prayed up. Stay positive. Stay in good spirits. Continue the fight and stay prayed up. And we love you. I love you. And I'm praying for each and every one of you. And we got this. We got this. We are survivors. Okay. Overall, I'm going to give part 3 of the Love and Marriage Huntsville season 4 reunion an A. Overall, this was a great reunion. This is how you do reunions. Bravo. Part 1, part 2, and part 3 were great. There was not one episode that was a filler episode when it came towards the reunion. Now, do we need to have 32 episodes next season? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I don't think that we will, considering the fact that they're filming right now. So that means we probably won't get a new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville until like late spring. So, Lord, all I know is we don't ever need another 32 episode season ever again on. Please don't ever do that to us again. Overall, I'm going to give season 4 of Love and Marriage Huntsville, I'm going to give it an A. It was explosive. It was long, but it was explosive and it kept us interested. I know we're going to have big changes next season, which are needed at this point. We need a cast shakeup. And we need the original 6 to figure out a way to come together and film together and be able to coexist and, not so much focus on Marceau cheating and Tisha being dumb. That's already been established. I don't want to focus on this male hate train any longer. Like, let's focus on something else. Let some newbies come in there and ruin their marriages at this point, because I'm sick of it. Let me know what you all thought about the reunion. What did you guys think about the overall season? Let's talk down below in the comment section. You guys make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.